I am so fucking annoyed, and I'm so damn sorry. I don't know what's going on. Like today, just last night I was having technical difficulties. I literally just fucking. I just recorded, or was in the process of recording what it is, and the camera shut off. Damn near almost 45 an hour into it, and did not even keep the video that was. Ugh. So now I gotta record again. So listen, bitch, if it ain't the y'all already know the drill. I'm so goddamn sorry because I hate being thrown off like this, and I just feel like it's gonna be so fucking inauthentic or whatever, and not up to par like I already my original thoughts and everything, because that shit was so fucking good. Bitch, I'm so goddamn irritated and so fucking mad. I was literally talking about the Juan Dixon situation, and then the camera cut off when I was almost done with it. Bitch, I was almost done with the video. It cut off, and I don't know where the video went. It just deleted itself. But anyway, I this ain't even finna be like it normally do, because I'm just over it. I'm not even in the mood no more. And I'm sorry to come to you. Like, bitch, I could really fucking cry. Almost an hour, bitch. You know, I was about to be fucking done. What was you trying to say? Bitch, you talk too much? Fuck you. Anyway, let's just get up into it. First of all, we want to start off with the election. I don't even want to talk about this shit no more. I know I shouldn't come on camera. This is a real behind the scenes shit that's gonna be not edited out, because for those that be asking, you know, what do you do and how do you do your YouTube and how do you listen, this is some of the trials and tribulations when you get on YouTube. Sometimes you're gonna have or you record anything for whatever project, whether it's YouTube or something else. You're gonna have situations where shit happens, and then you're gonna have to redo the shit, and you just gonna have to fight through it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's just go ahead. I apologize for my attitude. This ain't what y'all came for. Let's talk about the election real quick. Texas and Florida, girl. Bitch, we knew. We knew. Okay, we knew y'all was gonna pull it, and y'all did not disappoint, cause y'all pulled the shit. Not in the way that we wanted it to, but bitch, y'all true to form. Y'all true to fucking form, bitch. Y'all said, listen, we been one way and we gonna stay that way. I guess. DeSanto and fucking bitch, you know what? Texas of all people too, these the people y'all kept Kemp out there up in Georgia. Let me get that right. The fact that Kemp won and Stacey Abrams didn't win again is fucked up. The fact that Beto didn't win again is just, I don't get it. But I just feel like I'm just realizing we understand Texas is a big state. Florida is a red state, and it's more, you know, I know somebody said Latinos is down there, Hispanics, but these Hispanics or whatever, they're very much, most of them is white identified. So they want to be in close proximity to white people and all that stuff. Because look at DeSantis. Look at, what is his name? Rubio. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, girl, anyway. But Texas, y'all really kept that man. Now, when y'all have another storm, and I ain't talking about the black folks that voted for the other person, but, you know, when y'all have another storm and y'all all get fucked up again, don't come complaining to the news and everybody else about what's going on. This is who y'all elected. This is who y'all kept in office or whatever, okay? But, yeah, I know out here in Chicago, our governor is still the governor, thank God, because the one that was running, the Republican that was running against him, he prehistoric goddamn, and he young to be so fucking in the Stone Age type of shit. He want to take us back to ain't nobody got no rights. Ain't nobody got no rights but white men. That's all that he wanted. And I'm just really confused. I said, oh, y'all just don't care about people. I just feel like y'all really don't care about people. Stacey Abrams, that hurt. You know, we don't even know what's going on with Warnock and Herschel. I think it's gonna be a runoff, right? And the fact that it's gonna be a runoff, the fact that the votes are that fucking close. The votes are that fucking close that it's gonna be a fucking runoff between him and fucking Herschel fucking Walker of all people. Cause you wanna know what it is? You wanna know what it is? White men would rather be get a dummy like fucking Herschel Walker that's on their side that they can control. And that's all that I see. They got somebody that they control. They don't want nobody that makes sense. They want somebody that's going to be a puppet. And that is exactly what Herschel Walker is. And if he gets up in this bitch, oh, y'all. The country going to hell, okay? Everything is just must the fuck up at this point. But y'all put down in the comments, how did the elections go for you guys? It was a lot of voter suppression. I don't care what nobody say. It was a lot of voter suppression that was going on. And it's just giving me a glimpse of what's going to happen in 2024. And I'm so fucking nervous and scared about that because at this point, I just don't know. I just don't know. But y'all put down in the comments the things that happened or how did your state turn out. Was it to your liking or not? I just saw too much fucking Republican shit, you know? And at this point, it is so crazy how, like, Republican, if you say Republican to certain people, Republican is literally like a curse word. A negative word, you know? Because y'all done fucked that party up so goddamn bad that all we think about is negativity. Even if it's some cool people on there, I don't know who they are, but even if it is, I don't. You know, y'all get the short end of the goddamn stick. Maybe it's time for y'all to hop the fuck off until y'all repair y'all party. I don't know, but maybe y'all just like what y'all see or what y'all do over there. But anyway, to each his own. Moving on from that, you know, we have to send some condolences out to the Carter family. Aaron Carter, younger brother of Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys. He was also a little pop sensation and a child star back in his day. Passed away. I believe it most likely probably wasn't. I haven't seen the cause of death yet, but it's leaning more so towards probably an addiction overdose or something like that. And oh, excuse me. I just know he had his troubles. He was only 34 years old, you know, and from what I seen, somebody said that he was found in a bathtub. And he was there for a minute. The jets was still running. He was decomposing and everything. And it was a smell in there. And, you know, they found some like air canisters or some shit like that. It was crazy. And at the same time, I'm so mad that this happened. But I'm not shocked because if you looked at the trajectory of his life and things that was going on, you're not really that surprised that this happened. It was going down that way. He had a lot of issues, unfortunately, and I feel for him because a lot of his stuff came from the fact that he was a child star. There needs to be, I feel like, there needs to be a cap on the age of when these kids starts working in the industry. And I feel like it's even worse now because you really can't trust anybody. These kids coming up, a lot of these child stars, they get that curse. They go into that whole, you know, abusive stage where they fall. They literally fall because of the shit that they went through as child stars. You know, the abuse, the neglect, the overworking, the being used as the moneymaker for the family and all that pressure and everything. And then, you know, having everything handed to them and always constantly working and being in demand because they're the cute little kid, you know, but then trying to navigate life because things don't work out the same way as they were when you were a kid, because now you're an adult and you're trying to navigate that, and then you're trying to figure out how it is to be an adult, how to live independently, how to do things on your own, and how to figure out your struggles and get past traumas and all this stuff, and you can't really cope, so therefore you turn to addictive and dangerous habits or whatever. So it's just a lot. It's just a lot, and I feel for him, and I feel for the family. Moving on from that, Takeoff funeral. I'm so sorry. Y'all. I really had a good fucking video and it just went kaput, bitch. But anyway, Takeoff funeral is going to be this Friday at the Allstate Arena down in Atlanta. Girl, they said Justin Bieber was supposed to be out there. He's supposed to be performing. What is he gonna perform? I don't want to hit. Anyway, I hope they live stream it, cause I'm off Friday and I can sit at home and watch it. Oh, but bitch, okay, we gotta get some happy news. We gotta get some happy news right quick. Because Wakanda Forever is coming out on Friday, or I should say Thursday night, but Friday. And I wanted to go see it Thursday night because I am off on Friday. That is my one day off this week right now. And I wanted to go see it on Thursday night, but bitch, it's all filled the fuck up, okay? And I was like, damn. So hopefully when I get off of here, I'm finna look some things up and I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna check and see if it's some, bitch, cause I'm a matinee type of girl anyway. You know, I go at a fuck bitch, depending on if I get some sleep, if I'm tired or, you know, whatever it is, baby, I go to a 10 o'clock show. Just to avoid the fucking crowd, because I don't like a crowded fucking theater, depending on what type of movie it is. You know, sometimes I just want to listen to the shit, I want to hear it. But when I went to go see Black Panther, both times that I went to go see it, I saw it multiple times in the theater. All the times the theater was packed, and I was okay. I was okay with that, because it was Black Panther, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to see if I can get a ticket. Hopefully I get a ticket earlier in the day. Because the damn movie is damn near 3 hours long, baby. The damn movie is 3 hours long, girl. And I don't know if my bladder gonna hold up, but I'm gonna make it do what it do, okay? I'm gonna make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I can't wait for that. I really can't wait for that. If I do go see it, that'll be the first movie I go see since this whole pandemic shit started. Your girl just been scared to go to the movie theater. I don't know why. I just been reluctant. It's not scared. I just been reluctant, you know. I'd be like, bitch, I want to go to the movies. And then I'd be like, girl, fuck that shit. I'm tired. I'm finna go back to sleep. That's how I am. But, you know, I'm finna go see it. I'm going to try to get there, hopefully, Friday. The whole situation with Drake and his album, there was a lot of controversy that happened. Let me just put this out here, because I don't even want to get into it that much, because I really feel like it's very self-explanatory, and I know it's going to be people even in the comments that's going to be like, oh, y'all reaching, y'all this, y'all that. Ain't nobody reaching, okay? Drake knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew people, whether he meant this line to be the line or he meant it to be something else, he knew exactly what he was doing. And that is causing controversy, causing people to talk, and causing attention to be brought upon that album that him and 21 Savage put out called Her Loss, okay? And because he had time, if he wanted to go back and, you know, edit some things out, given that the album was pushed back a week or whatever because of unfortunate death of Takeoff, you know what I'm saying? But he decided not to, so he just put it out. And he knew it was going to be some controversy. All right, it's all marketing. It's all fucked up at the expense of somebody else that ain't doing nothing to him. And it's messed up. It's messed up in the sense that, you know, the fact that you will put a line in your songs about somebody getting butt shots or somebody getting shots, and then they still line about getting shots, but you still a stallion or whatever. You know what I'm saying? First of all, why were you lying about getting butt shots, okay? If that's the thing, because, you know, that's what they say. Oh, it's just about butt shots. A girl lying about getting butt injections and all this stuff. But yet you put the word stallion in there. People ain't really started using stallion like that until Meg Thee Stallion came out there, even though the slang word for the stallion, it has been out there, but it has been abundantly being used ever since Meg Thee Stallion really came onto the scene, for real. Let's be honest about that. And then you put in the word shots, and then you put in the word stallion, and then you put in the word lies all together. So of course, instantly people are going to go there who are not here for the slander against Meg, because it just so fucked up at the fact that this girl gets so much fucking hate right about now, and all she did was come out and say that she was hurt. She was harmed by somebody, and her attacker is getting so much motherfucking love. And you want to know who it is? We expect the men to do that, but to be on the men's side. But of course, you have your women, you have your black women that are going to be 100%, some of y'all, you know, that's going to still be true supporters. And granted, you can support whoever you want to, but the fact that, you know, you want to instantly discredit this woman's account of what happened, and even her lawyers coming out saying people gonna be shocked when you hear exactly what happened. Bitch, I want the trial to hurry up and get here. That's what I want. Megan, she got upset, understandable. And again, people can say that, you know, y'all reaching. Drake knew exactly what it is. It's called double entendres, okay? It's called, you can say something that has a couple of different meanings and people can interpret it any way, and all of those meanings can be true. You know what I'm saying? He knew exactly what he was doing. And then what I just don't understand is how come people not so upset as well about the line where you talk about some you going to graduation, you graduating or whatever, but it was a graduation line, and then talking about you putting out an album. I listened to it, it was like, it ain't nothing or whatever. Like, come on, the only person in the industry that we've really been talking about that's graduated, who came out and was talking about she was still in school, was Meg Thee Stallion. So that shit was about Meg too, bitch. Okay? And I'm just sitting here like, this is some petty shit, and this is very much Drake. Drake goes after women that he cannot have, or he's had and can't have anymore. You know, he went after Serena Williams' husband, calling him a groupie. He went after Ice Spice, you know, because Ice Spice probably didn't let him hit after he flew her out. And we saw that whole thing go down because he unfollowed her, you know. And I said, he's very much a bitch. He is very much a bitch, you know. And all the little backlash that he got, it is very much deserved because, again, to come at somebody that is not doing anything to you, that's messed up. And then to use a situation that is so messed up as a domestic dispute where injury happened, a gun was produced, and, you know, grave harm could have happened even worse than what did. And to already have this girl having people doubt her, and then you with this huge fan base to come out and put this up in your song, and you know, to do that. And I know it make me feel like it really was about her when 21 basically came out and said, I stand by whatever he said, or I ain't taking back nothing, or what. I said, what? All right. And my thing is standing your shit. You know, I don't feel like Drake gonna come out and address it. He meant what he said, you know, and I feel like it's very much bitch made, because I feel like you have no issue with this girl, but a few people that, you know, a couple of people that's around you have issues with her. So therefore, what, you want to take on their beef too? And mind you, she ain't even really beefing with them. She just defending herself at this point. So it is real catty. You're being a catty patty. You're real being bitchy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like it. And I'm not one of those people that was like, well, I'm not finna listen to the album. I was already listening to the album before I realized that line was in there and them other things were said. I listened to the whole album through and through. And it's okay, but it's nothing that I go back and listen to again. And not because of that situation. It's just because it didn't speak to me. It didn't call to me. And I haven't had an album speak to me or call to me since Renaissance. Okay? And you can say what you want about Renaissance. I don't give a damn how you feel about it. Just know that I love it. And I've still been listening to it ever since it came out. Because literally that's all I got. Because, bitch, I ain't got nothing to watch. But we not going to do that. We not going to do that right here, right now. We not going to do that. I'm going to move on from that shit. But Drake, he's a little messy. And y'all know that. And I feel like it's really fucked up to use somebody's trauma like that ain't even doing nothing to you, and that's minding their business, and trying to use it as a punchline, trying to use it as for whatever. You know, you saw that shit that happened with DaBaby. DaBaby tried to use the whole situation with him and Meg, and it backfired. It backfired. DaBaby is out here buying. Girl, they said that motherfucker has tickets that are buy one, get one free for general admission for a show that was out there in Birmingham that, the price was like $22 to $40 some dollars. And it's a buy one, get one free. Now, I had tweeted, I said, you know what? His downfall should be, his swift downfall should be like a case study. And people was like, you know, what we need to study because we seen it firsthand and all that shit. I said, it's a whole lot to study and unpack here. Because, yeah, DaBaby brought this on himself. But we can look at the fact that what happened to DaBaby, he did bring it to himself, and he probably didn't even think. And I do initially feel like he did not think that what he was saying or would say would cause this much issue. And I don't think like he really set out to truly offend anybody, as most people don't. We all have said some things that we did not mean to come off offensive that came off offensive, right? And so we apologize because we genuinely mean that shit. But when he did what he did at that festival, and it wasn't even a nigga sucking dick up in the parking lot situation. It was not that, y'all. It was the HIV situation. And you want to know why? Because that's when the white gays got into it. And y'all know, you're talking about the Jews these days, baby, the white gays, okay? That's even more. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, they don't fucking play, okay? You got powerful people up in the media. You got powerful actors that it went outside the realm of just music. You know, actors was getting involved in everything else in different organizations. And I said, well, good goddamn, he is not about to recover from this not too soon, okay? And what he should have done was just chill the fuck out. He kept coming back out with stuff, kept coming back out, trying to refute it, trying to do this, trying to double down on it, trying to take it back a little bit, trying to clarify this part, this part, this part. And then I was just like, no, boo-boo, just be quiet. Be quiet for the moment, okay? Let it die down for a second, and then you come back out and say, I realized that I offended people. That was not my intention. I don't even need you to say sorry. Just say that was not my intention, because I know you're not sorry, okay? Just know that the intent was not to offend. I was just trying to entertain, you know? I could have chosen better words, but that did not happen, okay? It was a misstep in judgment. My bad. You know, that could have been suffice, and then you go away for a second. All right. But no, he just kept coming. He just kept coming. And then all of a sudden that bullshit that happened with fucking Danny Lay, you know, that turned people's stomach, the way that you treated the mother of your child. Okay. And then you did the bowling alley shit. You're fighting this way, fighting that way. You know, that happened, and you're linking up with Tory Lanez and everything, and it's just like, no, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of not what we're looking for right now. That kind of turned other people off that was still on your tip, you know? And so then later you put out there that you fucked Megan, and that really turned a lot of your women fans off to a certain extent, because I'm pretty sure it's still something that's out there. And when I say downfall, a lot of people feel like downfall, or they associate it with like money. That it's not necessarily a financial thing, because he had to come out talking about some, you know, showing off his cars every time something happened or whatever, and it's some negative stuff or whatever. They want to talk about, well, I'm still rich and I'm still this and I still got the cars and all this stuff. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But it's a lot of people that's still rich. There's a lot of people that manage their money well, that was in the spotlight, that also had a downfall, and we just don't hear nothing from them, and they're not tripping about it because their finances are together. They just can't come back out and make another hit. They can't be as popular as they once were when they were at their peak, or before the scandal that happened to them happened. You know what I'm saying? So you can flash your cars and you can still have your money. We didn't say a financial downfall. We just said a career downfall, and that's what you've been having, boo-boo. It has been going down, down, down. And what you need to do is you need to get a fucking publicist. We can study the case about what happened to the fucking PRs, okay? What happened to the goddamn publicist, bitch? Baby, you need to get you a Miss Yvette, okay? Miss Yvette would have fucking had this shit wrapped the fuck up in a tight bow, and bitch, you probably would have been back on the chart. And also what happened with DaBaby is, once these scandals start coming out, the music starts sucking. Okay, it's one thing to have a fucking scandal like you did, but then if you was to continue to put out good music, oh bitch, it wouldn't have been nothing. It would have been nothing. People would have kind of ignored that shit, and we would have still been bumping the music because the music is that good. Y'all did that shit with fucking R. Kelly. Okay, you did that shit with R. Kelly. You ignored the scandal because he did put out some good music. I ain't gonna lie, that Chocolate Factory album, it was good. It was good. It did what it needed to do to distract the people, to get them back on his side, and to just say, no, he couldn't do what y'all accusing him of. It worked. If you would have did something like that, bitch, you probably would still be out here on top of the charts, okay? But that's not necessarily what's happening. You know what I'm saying? That album didn't sell well, and I don't know if that posting was really true or not. So hey, it is what it is. But you are taking a little hit. And I don't feel like he canceled. Let me just say y'all this. Nobody is really canceled, okay? Kanye West is not canceled. As much as we would like to believe that, I just feel like people take hits and they go away for a minute, and once the shit died down, they come back. And if they are really good at what they do, they can come back with a hit, especially if like you're in business, in the music business, or if you're in the entertainment business in any way. You can come back with a hit movie. You can come back with a hit song or whatever, and a hit album. Same thing that happened with Chris Brown. Chris Brown took a fucking hit with that whole incident that happened, and I hate to say that, that was no pun intended. The whole situation that happened with Rihanna, you know what I'm saying? He took a hit there, you know, his career suffered. It did, but he gradually got himself up out of that shit, right? It took a little bit of time, but he got himself up out of that shit for the most part. I mean, people still look at him as that, and people still don't respect him as that, but he has been able to put out stuff, even though in my opinion, lately some of the shit has been sounding the same, but some of them stuff do go. I'm not even gonna fucking lie to y'all, okay? But I used to be in love with Chris Brown. Talk about somebody that fucked that shit up. Oh my God, I never would have thought that shit would happen, because I love, bitch, Chris Brown and Rihanna together, that shit was, ooh, I love that. I love that. I either wanted Chris Brown and Rihanna or Chris Brown and Ciara. Because when them two came on the stage, y'all remember that BET Awards when Ciara and Chris Brown did that shit? And then Ciara had her name being spelled up in the waterfall that was coming down. And they did that little trick where she bent down and he popped her ass back up. That shit was every fucking thing. Them was some dancing ass motherfuckers, okay? I said, ugh. You fucked it up by couldn't keep your hands to yourself. Baby, I want Chris Brown to go detox. I'm so tired. I'm so sorry, y'all. Like, I know he's performing or whatever, and he's on tour, so that's part of probably why he losing weight or whatever. You can see it in his face and all that shit. But I just want, when he off a tour, is he done with his tour? I just want him to sit down and eat something. I just want him to sit down and eat something and put the drugs or whatever it is that he probably doing down. I just want him to do that, because I don't like the sunken cheeks. It makes him look homeless, okay? But yeah, study that shit. Because the people still like him, regardless of people saying that they don't. There's a lot of people that still do, you know? And DaBaby can go the same fucking way, okay? Kanye can go the same fucking way. And to be quite honest, Kanye is not out the paint. You know, we can feel the way that we feel and not want to support or whatever, but it's going to be a whole bunch of other people that's still going to support. You know, as soon as he get his little situation together, he get his little factory together, he get his company together, he put his own product out that he owned 100%, he'll be out here and he gonna be selling, and he's gonna sell out, because they're gonna be waiting. They're waiting right now, okay? We see how it is. A lot of people don't feel like he did anything wrong, and people feel like, okay, well, yeah, I see he did this and he said that, but that don't mean that you need to take everything from him. They're trying to make an example. He did it to himself. That's another case of self-sabotage that we could study, you know? And speaking of Adidas, let me sit you down for a second, because granted, I understand you had to do what you had to do. And I'm on your side with that, right? Okay? But for y'all talking about, oh, Kanye, he's such a genius, it's a master plan. What is the master plan? Okay? Was the master plan signing over or signing a fucking partnership and a deal that has you giving up most of your fucking design? Like, you don't even own your designs, okay? The only thing in this fucking Yeezy situation that he had was that he owned the fucking name, okay? He don't own the fucking designs, because goddamn, Adidas is up here talking about something, baby, we finna put them designs back out in 2023. I said, now, granted, this is how business work. This is what happens when a partnership dissolves. Whoever has the majority stake or whatever, they have ownership, and it seems as though he has no ownership of these designs, and they're wholly owned by Adidas, okay? So that's why they can legally do what they do, because if they couldn't, and if they took them illegally, Kanye will have them up in fucking court, you know, and it'll be a lawsuit. It'll be a whole big thing that was going on, you know, and we don't see none of that happening. But baby, people was buying Yeezy because of the fucking name. Not necessarily the design. It was more so the name, because the design, if y'all be real with yourself, the shit was ugly for the most part, okay? And it was just for the name, and because it was a cool thing, because it was Kanye. and he was associated with that brand. Now, if he's no longer associated with the brand, what makes you think people are really going to go out and try to buy something that has the similar or the same design as a Yeezy, you know, but it's not Yeezy? You feel me? Because I wouldn't. Unless you put that shit up in Payless and it's going to be $12, I'll possibly wear that around the house. But other than that, bitch, I'm not, okay? It's like, I'm really confused. I'm really, really confused by that. But I feel like, you know, just because y'all own the designs, put the designs on the shelf, okay? And don't sell them off to nobody, because that person that you probably sell them to can sell them back to Kanye, and he could be like, get your gotcha. Now, that'd be some shit right there if that shit was to happen. Now, I know Adidas ain't that dumb, okay? But, yeah, baby, don't put them designs out, baby. We don't want it. Okay, the people don't want it. If it ain't associated with Kanye and it ain't putting no money up in his pocket, because it's not, they're not going to support that. Well, I mean, some people probably, but it ain't going to be like you think it is. You know what I'm saying? Moving on from that, this whole situation with Kyrie Irving, let me just tell you this. I'm not here for the Hebrew Jew shit, black Jew stuff or whatever, the black Israelites and all that. We the origin and all that stuff, and the black people from this, and slavery didn't exist. Black people wasn't enslaved. I don't want to hear that bullshit, because it's bullshit. It's literally what it said. It's bullshit. Don't get down in my comments saying, but you gotta research. I did. And none of it's factual. It's not factual, okay? It's what people use to be anti-Semitic, just to let you know. And that is what is being the issue right about now, and what is getting people in trouble, because it's not facts, it is rhetoric, that hotep ass fucking rhetoric used to be anti-Semitic, okay? And so therefore, you can feel how you feel, you can believe how you believe, but sometimes we should just keep that shit in our group chat or amongst our friends, where we know we're not gonna get any consequence or blowback from, especially in the climate that we're in now. And that is where Kyrie messed up at. Kyrie can believe whatever it is that he wants to. He can tweet whatever it is that he wants to tweet. He can promote whatever it is that he wants to promote. But at the same fucking time, you putting something out like this fucking video that's on a streaming service or whatever, and truth be told, I feel like it's fucked up that any streaming service will have any type of hate or something that's considered offensive to any type of group of people on their service, and you got the controversy that's going on and you still won't take it down. That's fucked up as well. But you can talk about that shit to your group chat. That's what you do it to, right? Because you see what's going on with Kanye, and you put that out there, and you didn't think that they was going to do something about that and make an example out of you as well. If they took down Kanye, who is bigger than you, how did you think that you was going to escape, and y'all thought that nothing was going to happen to him? Okay? If a program or whatever is denying the Holocaust and denying, you know, the cultural aspects of the Jews, and saying, oh, y'all not the real this and y'all, that's anti-Semitic. That's anti-Semitic. That's where it is, okay? You know, and the things that you're saying is not factual. And it is okay if you don't understand, but you don't want somebody to come up to you and say offensive things to you and to not be punished for it or have consequences for it. So that's the same thing what's going on right now. You can't do that to people, especially these days. Everybody's sensitive, you know? Everybody's politically correct and all this stuff or whatever, and it's just like, respect people. And if you feel differently, just know once you can put your freedom of speech to use, because that is your right, you also will have consequences. Maybe good, maybe bad. Be prepared for it. And that's what happened with Kyrie, okay? And everybody's bitching and moaning, oh, this fucked up, ain't nobody standing up, LeBron should have did this and he should have did that. Bitch, why are you mad? Why are you so mad? Because it's not affecting you. That is a fucking multi-millionaire. He's only been suspended for 5 games. He'll make that shit up, okay? Yeah, he lost, or his endorsement or whatever sponsorship that he had with Nike went put on pause. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna unpause. And even if he do lose it, he's gonna get something else. That man will be okay. That man will be okay. Now, I don't want you, a regular person who works a regular 9 to 5, who, you know, if you say something out of line that's discriminatory or considered offensive and you stand in that shit like that, you will lose your job and it probably will put you in financial straits. So don't go following other people who are fucking multimillionaires and sticking so far up their asses that you fuck your shit up as well. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going to help you out. You're just going to be asked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, it is what it is. And the only thing that I really did not like about Kyrie in this whole situation is the fact that he put that apology out. Because I don't believe the shit that he tweeted or whatever. But do I feel like the man is anti-Semitic? No. Do I feel like he's trying to figure things out? Yes. Like a lot of everybody else. That's what's going on. And people don't realize that, you know, well, maybe thinking this way or saying this stuff may be offensive. And they did not understand, because it's still people that's still probably going to say, well, I don't get what was so anti-Semitic about it. Or I don't get, how come you don't see that we are this and we are. Because it's not. You're just not. Okay. And people try to tell you, and some people just don't want to listen. But, you know, you have to listen to what people are saying, and it's okay to inquire. But if somebody's telling you that that's offensive or whatever, cut it out. That's all you need to do. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to research. It's okay to learn. It's okay to try to expand or whatever. But somebody is telling you that that's not right, then you cut that shit out. And again, like I said, do I feel like he was trying to offend on purpose? No, it just so happened. But he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. I feel like he was doing that shit just to be in conjunction or whatever with Kanye. It's like, I'm standing with Kanye and all that shit. But if you look back at Kyrie history, he's been problematic as shit anyway. So that's why I really don't feel nothing about it. But at the same time, he's gonna be okay. Quick bitching and moaning over this shit like you're finna boycott the NBA. You're still probably gonna watch it, okay? Just like you watched it when you was mad that, you know, they wouldn't let him play because he was an anti-vaxxer. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still watched it. It did not affect you none. And it damn sure didn't affect him none, because he's still here. He's still on the team, right? Chill out. Meanwhile, Cher. Y'all, Cher is out here dating. And I can't even say, is this for like a music thing or whatever? Because when was the last time Cher put out an album or a single or whatever? And I'm talking about the Cher, okay? Sonny and motherfucking Cher from back then, okay? Cher is 76 years old. Cher is either what, 70? Yes, she's 76 years old. And she is out here fucking around with Alex Edwards. Who is that? That Alexander Edwards is, what is her name? Amber Rose baby daddy. The last baby daddy. I said, bitch, how the fuck? And he's 36. What is up, Madonna? Her? Like these youngest white, what? How are they meeting these people? How are you in the same circle where you can actually meet Cher, of all people, and then get a connection? Mind you, I like Cher, okay? Well, you know, baby, when Cher came out, do you believe in love after love? That shit was, okay. Don't sleep on Cher, but baby, I don't get it, but baby, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna man my business. Because I don't know what the motive is, if there is a motive. I know she heads over heels, but, you know, she tweeting about it on Twitter and shit, and I'm just sitting here like, didn't he just break up with Amber Rose? I'm just, none of my business. Speaking of fucking breakups, girl, Summer Walker also broke up with that nigga before the baby was born. I said, what? Y'all done got tattoos of each other's names, and then you broke up before the baby was born. Girl, she can't keep a baby daddy for nothing. But anyway, that's that. You know, she said it's all to the good. It ain't messy for right now, so we'll see how that goes. Speaking of mess, apparently Escape going on a little tour or whatever, or at least was, and Latasha Scott got a little issue. Girl, people were saying that, you know, she wasn't on the promo or whatever with the tour and all that stuff and the performances or whatever. Because y'all know the Soul Train Award is coming up and they getting the Lady of Soul Awards, and the Soul Train Award is on the 27th of this month. And, you know, you got that happening, but they had a promo tour that was happening and she wasn't there basically. They said, mind you, they still got the show coming out with Escape and SWV. I will be watching that, okay? But basically what's going on, they said that things started falling apart when they decided to go on tour. Latasha was originally part of the tour up until her husband got into it with the promoter. And she asked the rest of the group not to use this promoter, but they said, girl, we're going to still use him. Okay, he ain't done nothing to me, and that's your husband problem, you know. And so, therefore, she backed out. And they even said that she ain't even talking to her sister. I said, shit, bitch, it's always one of them sisters, and it's always Latasha. It's always her, girl. Get y'all shit together, ma'am, okay? Moving on from that, girl, what's happening? Y'all saw Rihanna little fashion Fenty show? I know it was some controversy because she wanted to put Johnny Depp up in there. I saw it and he was in there. And y'all know that's a whole polarizing divide, that whole Amber Heard trial versus Johnny Depp, and the fact that he won, and it was like 50% of the people believe her, 50% of the people believe him. And so people are like, you know, Rihanna fucked up for putting a alleged abuser on in her show, but yet you took away the brand deals from other people who said things about abuse or even made jokes about abuse, like Ari Fletcher and Drea or whatever, but yet you put Johnny Depp up in your show. You know, I mean, I get it. For those that feel like he is guilty of what he did to that lady, and, you know, I can understand how they may feel, but I can also understand the people that's like, y'all are reaching, he was found not guilty, and she was lying and all this stuff. So it just depends on what side of the fence that you land on in that whole situation, that trial. That's your own personal belief. I honestly didn't follow the trial. I honestly don't care about it. It is what it is. I've never been stuck on fucking Johnny Depp. I did see it and I was like, is he high? Is he high? Like, what's going on with him? Why is he walking like this? But I will say, I didn't really too much enjoy the Fenty thing. I like last year's better. I don't know. It felt like it was missing something this year. The dancing was great, but for some reason, it just felt like it was missing something. But I still liked it to a certain extent, but it could have been better. Brittney Griner, baby, they done moved her to like a little labor camp out there in Russia. We don't know the exact location. I feel so bad for her. I really do. Because, and you know, to have the world just judging you so harshly, saying, well, you shouldn't have did this and you deserve this. Okay, yeah, you shouldn't have had a vape pen in a country where, you know, vaping or, you know, having any type of substance that's in the family of, you know, marijuana. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. But they're making it seem and punishing her as if she was out there trafficking stuff. And she literally just had a fucking vape pen with the hash oil. With the fucking oil. Okay? That's it. And you give her 9 years? Oh, and we're not supposed to think that this is a political thing? Yeah. And now we don't know where she at? I said, that's fucked up. I feel for her family. And I feel for her mental health as well. I really do. Because, baby, I be going crazy. Anyway, hopefully this fucking records and but let me just go ahead and talk about this whole situation with Juan Dixon, okay? I feel like after this season of The Real Housewives of Potomac, this is going to be the last time that we see Juan for a minute on the show. And I feel like he probably was phasing himself out. And that's probably why we haven't been seeing him this season so far. We only saw him on one episode for real. Because of this issue that's going on. And, you know, him being on the show and being with Robin or whatever, her being on the show, I'm pretty sure it's part of the reason why this is becoming to light and getting all this attention because of who he's associated with. So, yeah, basically, you know, he's the coach of this basketball team. Is it Coppin? Coppin? Girl, He the coach of this Super Bowl, this basketball team, right, at this university. Let me read what it says, okay? Um, Girl, let me put this on there so I can see. Okay. Girl, anyway, let me get it out. Let me get my shit together. It says Real Housewives of Potomac husband Juan Dixon has been named in the lawsuit accused of failing to take action when a basketball player allegedly sexually assaulted a teammate. He isn't being accused of assault. He is just accused of not taking the right course of action. The legal complaint says that by information and belief, Lucian Brownlee, a former guard who served as director of player development and director of basketball operation, harassed, tormented, and sexually assaulted the player Ivan Williams before publishing intimate material he had obtained from the student. Basketball coach Juan Dixon, who is named in the complaint, allegedly failed to take action when informed of Brownlee's actions. He was hired at the university in 2017. Also named in the lawsuit filed last week is the school itself, whose official, rather than supporting Williams, allegedly questioned him harshly and retaliated against him by withdrawing his financial assistance. They were able to build their case despite the anonymous blackmailer purporting to be a third party. Our strong belief is that Lucian himself was the catfisher, and even if Brownlee was just a fellow victim of an anonymous tormentor, the minute he became coach, he had an obligation to report any sexual harassment. And Dixon, having prior knowledge of this obligation, prior knowledge of issues with Brownlee, according to the complaint, should have never placed him in a position of authority over players. The report goes on to detail how Juan allegedly failed to help Ivan despite knowing that Lucian Brownlee had prior issues. When Williams returned to the campus in fall of 2020, the blackmail and threats continued. And this time Williams didn't respond. And then that is when the material used in the blackmail was published and reveals to members of the team, the staff, and to the public. Baby, they put that shit on Instagram, not her, at one point. Yep, it appeared on Instagram, and it has been taken down now. Dixon directed Williams to come to practice the next day where the two met, and according to the complaint, Dixon admitted that Lucian Brownlee was mentally ill or otherwise emotionally imbalanced, and that his history was known to the coach, the athletic director, Derek Carter, and to the school. But the complaint says that the school, whose policy on sexual misconduct prohibits rape, sodomy, quid pro quo, stalking, sexual exploitation, coercion, and retaliation, took no action to remedy the situation. And Williams asked for an investigation in which, according to the lawsuit, a lawyer for the university further traumatized him with questions about his sexual past and his sexual orientation. So basically, the school is in deep shit. It's giving very much Penn State. Y'all remember the situation with Sandusky when he was up there fucking around with them kids at their camp, whatever, and people knew that he was doing some shit, and they had said that I think they said that the football coach knew some stuff was going on. Yeah. You don't want this to be a stain on your fucking legacy and your tenure at a school, and this is what's gonna happen to Juan. Now, the fact that he did not do anything, meaning he didn't sexually assault anything, he's just as much as a guilty participant because he knew of the situation, but he did nothing to stop the situation. He just let it go on. It's almost like he turned the blind eye. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he got a little bit of mental issue or whatever. We know about it. It's all to the good. And for the school to basically turn this shit onto the victim, that's fucked up. And y'all definitely about to pay this person something. Y'all about to pay Mr. Williams something, and it's deserved. It's just like out here, my sister's high school, Jones Prep, their principal just got either he had to step down or whatever because he has been ignoring years of misconduct, And then what really drew the line and crossed that bitch over was when Halloween came and a student came dressed as a Nazi. All right. And he was doing the salute and everything. And he did nothing about it. He turned the blind eye to it. And they was like, bro, you got to get the fuck up out of here. So you can get in trouble for doing this shit, and you can get in trouble for just not doing nothing at all. You're supposed to be there to protect the people that you are helping out and you're teaching and you're doing all this stuff for. You know what I'm saying? And you can't just turn blind eyes, and you can't just go against policy or whatever because you don't want to deal with it or whatever, you know, or you think this is something stupid because this is probably two guys that's doing it or whatever, and it's not that serious, you know what I'm saying? But it is. You got to take all these accounts and all these reports and all these situations serious. And so now your reputation is even fucked again. You done got yourself out the dumps, got yourself into a good job, and now you got a stain on your fucking record yet again, Juan. Oh, Lord. Baby, they been getting up in Robin's ass all week, too. Ever since that episode of Real Housewives of Potomac came on, baby, they been pulling the cards, and they was like, you know what? Y'all want to talk about Monique being violent and Monique being ghetto and all this stuff or whatever. Let's go back and let's talk about goddamn Robin and all the shit that she been in. And when I tell you they poured every fucking thing, that bitch really is an aggressive bitch, okay? I'm going to say it. She really is an aggressive bitch, okay? And I just don't like it. Pull her card. It's about time. She's been getting away with this shit a little bit too fucking long, okay? Time to rise up. Anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. Also, we got this situation with Hazel E. Girl, to be honest, and I don't even want to sound negative, but I just never saw it for Hazel E. And when she got married to that guy, I knew for sure that he was playing her. I just had that feeling that he was playing her, but he was over there beating her ass, according to her. I'm surprised they lasted as long as they did. I'm surprised they had a child. I'm surprised all of this shit. And I'm pretty sure the reason why she was going over there overseas to get her body done and all this stuff, it was to appease him, to look young for him, to look good for him, to keep him, and not for herself. Because we already know Hazel has very much low self-esteem. We seen when she do all these nose jobs. We saw it on the show when she was on Love and Hip Hop and everything. And, you know, she wants to be that it girl, but she is not. And it is okay. But, you know, she want to be loved so bad. So the first person that's like, oh, I love you. I want to be with you. Let's marry. Let's do this. Let's have babies. That's what you do. And then you come to find out the motherfucker really ain't shit. Allegedly, according to her, the messages that she put out there, that motherfucker being emotionally abusive, physically abusive. And then what got me, and I said, Hazel, as soon as you saw this shit happen, you should have been the fuck gone, okay? She said, baby, her baby came back with a fucking black eye. I said, hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Now, ma'am, it's one thing for you to touch the goddamn adult, but then when you up here touching the fucking kids and a baby at that can't do nothing for themselves, oh, bitch. Hazel, at that motherfucking point in time, that should have been the time that you went into the hood and you went and got all your fucking people. You got every fucking cousin and every fucking male that you know, and that's when the time that they want to whoop that nigga's ass, okay? Because it's one thing to fucking hit your wife, but then to hit your fucking child and your wife? Oh, bitch. It would have been on and fucking popping. Baby, get up out of that shit. Get up out of that shit. Don't even think about going back. You put the shit out there on social media. Do not turn the fuck back. Keep going forward and get away from that shit. Okay? That is fucked up. Meanwhile, you got Shaunie O'Neal coming back to TV with her man, Mr. Preacher Man, Keon. You know, they finna do a little 3-part special about their little wedding and all that situation. And I feel like this is her way of trying to, you know, do a little cleanup on her image. Am I the only one that feel that way? Because now she don't want to be associated with Basketball Wives. She said she ain't never coming back to Basketball Wives. I mean, it don't make sense for you to come back to Basketball Wives when you are married to a preacher. Okay? So, understandable, but I'm gonna watch it. I'll talk shit in a minute, but I'm still gonna watch it. But, yeah, so, you know, there's that. Peacock. Let me tell you something. Some of these, this is what I'm talking about. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. Now, see, we talking about whatever platform that fucking was that got that shit that Kyrie Irving was up there tweeting about or whatever. Bitch, why the fuck is, why Netflix put that Jeffrey Dahmer shit up there? Because it did sensationalize the whole situation. We had kids up here and other people dressed up as him as goddamn Halloween costumes and shit. I didn't appreciate that shit, bitch. And now you got Peacock giving fucking voice to goddamn alleged murderers, okay? Even though she was found not guilty, I feel in my heart of all hearts that Casey Anthony had something to do with the death of her child, okay? That's what I will always believe, forever and always. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, like last week or whatever, I had said, Casey Anthony really got away with murder, and we ain't never heard from her since. And then this week it pops up. I said, why is she trending on fucking Twitter? This was yesterday, girl. Baby, Peacock is giving her a 3-part series for her to talk. I said, baby, we ain't asked for this. Stay in the background. That's what you need to do. Stay in the background, girl. But I'm gonna watch it, and that's the bad thing. I'm gonna watch it so I can report it back to y'all, because y'all know y'all want me to talk about it. But bitch, I'm sitting here like, what was the point? We don't need to know what's going on with you, bitch. You got away with it. Shut the fuck up and go away, you know? But hey, it is what it is. A Nigerian social media influencer, Ramon Hushpuppi Abbas. He's been sentenced to 11 years in prison for money laundering, a scheme that saw him net hundreds of millions of dollars in what prosecutors call one of the most prolific money launderers in the world. He is 40 and he is ordered by a federal judge to pay $1.7 million in restitution to the fraud victims. I remember seeing about this on social media, baby. I mean, that motherfucker had cars, houses, fucking airplanes and everything. And I'm just sitting here like, what? Now, see, Nigerians get a bad, I hate the fact that Nigerians get a bad rap, because they get the rap of being scammers, but they also get their money legitimately. Some of them, well, I say most of them get their money legitimately, and they some rich motherfuckers. But you can't get your money legitimate like everybody else. You got to go the scam route. That is fucked up. And that goes to show you cannot look up to these people on social media, because they shit don't always be up to fucking par. It's false flagging all the time. All the time, okay? But he got what he got. He better be glad he ain't getting no more than that, because he at least will be 50 years old when he come out of jail, you know? So he'll still have a life to live and probably go back to doing the same goddamn thing. Kid Rock, I need you to get over it. I don't know this vendetta that you got against Oprah Winfrey or whatever. Granted, we can talk about Oprah because she Oz, you know what I'm saying? But I don't need you to be up in her ass, because you keep on doing this shit. This is not the first time you came for her. You called her a bitch at one point. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't appreciate that. You know, you're getting upset now because she didn't endorse Dr. Oz just because she helped bring him out to the national stage. That's fine. What? She's supposed to always stay loyal to him? No. Okay? Do you see how he turned out? It don't align with her. So therefore she's gonna endorse whoever the fuck it is that she wants to endorse. If you want to endorse Dr. Oz, then you fucking endorse that crook, okay? That's what it is. Baby, do you remember when you found out that Dr. Phil really wasn't a doctor like that? You know, Oprah got some little shit that you be like, girl, what? But at the same time, she Oz. You don't fucking fuck with her like that. You know, we fuck with her, but you don't fuck with her like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, girl, a whole nother hour. Did I get everything? Did I get everything? Because I'm going to be so mad if I didn't. Oh, my God. I feel like I did, y'all. I feel like I did. But y'all tell me how y'all feel. Let me cut this off before it cut off on my ass. Girl, I hope y'all have a beautiful weekend. I apologize for the little rant at the beginning. My mood did lighten up. I do feel like it was an okay video. I do feel like the original one was better, but you know, beggars can't be choosers and all that stuff or whatever. I really hope y'all enjoy this nice weather that we're having, because the weather's about to fucking get cold, and I'm here for it. I hope y'all go see Wakanda Forever over the weekend. We're gonna cry together, and I just want y'all to be safe, okay? Be safe and be well, and I'll see y'all later.